Nick? Welcome everyone to today's meeting of the Licensing Subcommittee. Just go through some housekeeping. If the fire alarm is activated, please take the stairs down to the reception area and out of the building to the green in Hawley Square, which is the assembly point. Please do not use the lifts. Officers will assist you and advise when it is deemed safe to return to the council offices. I would advise that if filming takes place, anyone in attendance in the public area may have their image captured. I urge anyone's filming proceedings to avoid filming members of the public, particularly if there are children present. I don't think there's anybody filming there. Does anybody intend to film the meeting? I can't see anybody there. So any member of the public who objects to the possibility of being filmed may wish to take this opportunity to leave the meeting. Would everyone present please ensure that their mobile phones are turned to silent and that they are not used to make or receive phone calls while this meeting is in progress. And moving on to agenda item 1, apologies for absence. I don't think we have any apologies at all. Item 2, declaration of interests. Are there any declaration of interests? Thank you. Agenda item 3, application for a new premises licence at the 98 Harbour Parade, Ramsgate. I call upon Mr Joseph Katengi, the Council's senior litigation lawyer, to explain to the parties the procedure that we will be taking during this hearing. Joseph.
Thank you. Good morning. I would like to confirm that the decision of this board is made in accordance with the Licensing Act 2003 and based on the information presented in this agenda together with any verbal submissions made today. Decisions of the board are not politically based. This board must act impartially and offer a fair and unbiased hearing of today's application. This subcommittee will give fair consideration to everything it hears and reads today. We are here to consider an application for a new license at 98 Harbour Parade, Ramsgate, in accordance with the Licensing Act 2003. We will hear the parties in the following order. Please will the licensing officer present the report, applicant, questions for the licensing officer, members of the licensing board, questions for the licensing officer, the applicant or representatives to address the committee, licensing officer questions for the applicant or representative, members of the committee questions for the applicant. Once all of the relevant representations have been made, with the exceptions of the board members, the Democratic Services Officer and the legal officer, you will be asked to leave the chambers so that the licensing board can deliberate and come to a decision on your application. This should take around 30 minutes, after which you will be invited back into the chamber for the announcement of the decision. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr Katengi. I'd like to stress the importance of following this hearing procedure and that there will be an opportunity for all parties to make a final presentation after questioning. Therefore, I would advise all present to please follow the procedure and to respect those speaking by not interrupting or speaking over others. Okay, would the Technical Support Team Manager please present the report? Thank you.
Thank you. Morning, everyone. I just noticed there's a slight error on the first paragraph there under the current situation. Obviously, it says applicants for a variation. It's not. It's a new premises licence. This premises has been operating for a number of years under various names with various owners, and the previous owner, as you know, passed away last year. The applicant decided to take over the premises. There was discussions as to whether she transferred the previous licence or whether she took on a new licence, but the previous owner decided to surrender their licence, so the applicant has applied for a totally new premises licence. It was all advertised as is required under the Licensing Act. We received some representations, only one of which is a valid representation under the Licensing Act because it was actually concerning the premises itself and, you know, things that happen that they say they've seen happen there. So that's the one representation that's before you. The police, the environmental protection team and the licensing officer have agreed various conditions which are also attached to the agenda. They've agreed them with the applicant. That's why none of them are here today, because they don't have any objections to the application. So thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Alison. Hi there. Mrs. Goodwin, would you please present your case?
Okay.
Could you just tap on the mic there?
Which one?
Yeah, the big button, that's it.
In response to what's, I have read the condition, read the complaint. Did you want me to respond to the complaint as to when you say present your case?
Or we need to do that a bit later on with questions.
It's entirely up to you. You can, obviously, because you're here to talk about...
Yeah, I could, because I've looked at the complaint and I have addressed what I've done about it, or what what I've put in place. Is that what you wanted me to go through?
A brief outline of how you've taken on over the...
Okay, right. So in December last year, I was approached. I was a school teacher of 35 years. I was teaching across the road in Margate, and my partner was cooking Jamaican food there. And when Andy died, we were then approached as to whether we would be interested in taking the premises on. And this was in December of last year. So it was an opportunity that myself and my partner were really interested in, and decided to go ahead and get a licence with the leaseholder, which is the landlord, which started from the 1st of December. But I then shut the premises for 3 weeks to make sure everywhere was clean and to get everywhere safe, etc. Because I didn't feel you could open it there and then after it being 3 months under a couple of people managing it. So we shut it for 3 weeks and opened up 24th of December on temporary event notices, while I went in the process of getting my personal licence and the premises licence. And that's where we find ourselves. So I gave up job teaching and doing this full time, taking on the responsibility, the designated premises supervisor, the licensee, and managing the units, etc. So that's where we are. That's where we are today.
Thank you, Ms. Goodwin. Okay, does the licensing team have any questions for Ms. Goodwin? No questions. Thank you. Members, do you have any questions for Miss Goodwin?
No, she just explained.
No questions. Yeah, really, just one from me. Just with the old licence and the new licence, were there any specific changes?
Yes, there were.
Thank you.
The previous licence was operating to sell alcohol till 2:30 every single morning. But obviously taking over the licence, I want to attract more families because it's restaurant food areas. So I didn't see the need to open until 2:30 every morning, only required that on a Friday and a Saturday. So the alcohol licence will finish at 11 o'clock during the week, unless it's a bank holiday or a special event that I could then apply for an extension. So I've reduced the hours of opening. At the moment, it can open at 7:30 in the morning, but we're not opening until 11 up until Easter, until we start to get a bit more tourists available and a bit more dog walkers available. So we've actually reduced the time that we're actually selling alcohol. So I think that's quite a significant change.
Thank you very much. Is there anything else you'd like to add to sum up?
Only that we inherited quite a lot of bad feeling with people that have been licensees and what's gone on in the property before. And when we arrived, I did go around the community, introducing myself to the community, giving them my phone number if there's any problems, etc. And I've had conversations with some of the neighbours, and they said that they've struggled over the last God knows how many years with problems from there, and that they hope that moving forward it would be a lot more easier and we can work together. So I kind of gave them my phone number and just being really friendly and kind and just inviting them in and just trying to getting them to join in as well, because the nature of the place is changing from a hardcore music drinking venue to something that's more about families and in keeping with the area. So I just wanted to add that I have been around the community reaching out, because they have struggled over the years.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. With the exception of the subcommittee members, the Democratic Services Officer and the Legal Officer, please can I ask those present to leave the meeting so that the subcommittee can come to a decision. You'll be invited back for the decision to be announced.